All right. Hey, hey. Welcome back, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on in. It's going to be a storyline where we're going to ask um, just first about the person who might be on Ophiuchus's mind. We don't want to assume that this is about love. It may not be, but we'll just see where it goes. They come across as a strong Aries energy. They come across as an emperor. They come across as somebody who is very heart centered. The things that they care about are growing things. This is not somebody who's just after this, like the desire to be in charge. They actually want to build and grow something. And this emperor cares very much about the home. They may have a nice home. They may live in a nice place, or they are dreaming about building a nice place. But this person seems very serious. They also seem very in love with this Knight of Cups. I don't know who they're in love with yet. Hopefully, if Ophiuchus wants them to be in love with them, hopefully that's the storyline. But we'll see as we get going. But they have a really heartfelt energy. They seem to be very sensitive, very mature, very grounded, very grown up, and they might really like music too. But there's this energy of they know what they're drawn to. They know what they're attracted to. With the Justice card being here, though, something is awry. It's almost like they're feeling cheated, or they're feeling like, but why can't I have this? I mean, I'm stable, I'm secure. I'd like to offer something amazing. I'm drawn to someone, and oh, cruel fates. Why can I not? This seems really unfair. Seems like, well, I'll hold my tongue. We have the Sun and we have the Four of Wands. It's so unfair because I can see that would be my happiness. I can see that that's where I'd like to be. That's the person, the place, the location, the scenario that would bring me great joy. Are they in love with Ophiuchus? And they're wondering, why is Ophiuchus either not available, or why can't they have Ophiuchus? Let me see. What are their thoughts toward Ophiuchus? 10 of Coins. They definitely see Ophiuchus as somebody of great value, someone who would like complete their life, someone who would make their life amazing. Okay. Ace of Cups sideways. So why can't you love me, Ophiuchus? This is so unfair. Why am I prohibited from giving my heart to Ophiuchus? 10 of Cups in the reverse. Holy smokes. Okay, this person, I don't know what this is, but there's like some boundary. It's like, why can't I be with Ophiuchus? Why am I not allowed to cuddle up with Ophiuchus under that green blankie with a cat by the fireplace on a cold winter's night? Why can't I do that? Let's jump on over here and say, Ophiuchus, how does Ophiuchus think about them? Because that could be where the problem is. Maybe Ophiuchus isn't attracted to them. Maybe Ophiuchus isn't available. I don't know. When Ophiuchus thinks of them, they say Two of Swords in the reverse. Look, I'm not confused and I'm not seeing things clearly. Ace of Wands, Ophiuchus says, well, I want them. I'm passionate about them, but it is in kind of like a primitive, passionate way. 5 of Coins and the 9 of Swords, but I know I wouldn't stay. Okay, so this does seem to be that someone's in love with Ophiuchus, and Ophiuchus is like, oh, I want them. I know that. They're super attractive, but there's no way I'm going to be able to give to them. This would be a big stressful experience. Why does Ophiuchus say that this would be stressful? That this wouldn't work? 7 of Cups in the reverse, I already know it won't work. Why? What's the blockage? The Devil. This almost feels like Ophiuchus is saying, because either I'm afraid, or I'm stuck someplace else, or there's some reason that I would just know that this wouldn't work out. It feels like Ophiuchus is saying, because I'm here and I built this life for myself, and this is where I am, and I don't see how our cohabitation would work. This could be Ophiuchus is saying, I have a limitation. My limitation is I've already developed this whole life for myself. This person wants to build an empire with Ophiuchus, and Ophiuchus is like, there's no way that'll work. I've already built this kind of an empire over here. I have something that I'm already loyal to. I can't just run off and go travel all over. I have a dog, and if my dog can't go, I'm not going. Or I have this business. I can't just abandon that and start my life someplace else. Or I've already built, like I have a family. I have all this. My tree of life is here. How would I abandon that? I know I want them, but I don't see how I can be with them. Not really. And there's just no way. There's no way because I'm too rooted here. What is the universe's message for Ophiuchus? Eight of Pentacles sideways. It does call into question. So Ophiuchus is loyal, and loyalty tends to be a beautiful thing, or so we think. But consider where our loyalties are, because that's where loyalty is bad or can be bad. If we say, I'm going to be loyal to a group, but the group actually is maybe not in our best interest, then we would be loyal. And lots of people end up finding that out, right? We find something and we're like so dedicated and we feel really good about dedicating ourselves to something. And then sometimes we get disillusioned later and go, oh my God, that group was like the worst ever. I don't know how I got brainwashed into thinking that was a good thing for me to be loyal to. But, we think loyalty is straight up always good. And it says, well, it depends on where our loyalties lie. Is Ophiuchus cheating themselves out of an amazing person who is attracted to them, loves them, who Ophiuchus is attracted to, all for the sake of a loyalty that might, just because something has been going on for a long time doesn't actually mean that it's good. A lot of terrible traditions that should have been disbanded a long time ago can sometimes still exist until some brave people say, I'm not going to follow these ridiculous traditions or these harmful traditions, or, the way we shouldn't just say, well, that's just the way life is. We should challenge the stuff that's wrong. Just because it's gone on for a long time or because it's like tattooed on us doesn't mean it's right. So it just brings into question. We got the inspiration of Pentacles that is sideways also. It doesn't mean this is right or wrong. It just is like the universe is saying, okay, but no matter what our book of life is, our book of life holds many, many, many pages and many chapters. Does Ophiuchus like the chapter that they have been in? We do have some little poisonous mushrooms here. So it brings into question. We have a 10 of Cups, we have the Sun, and we have the inspiration of Wands, which again just says, if Ophiuchus is actually happy right where they are, then this is a moot point. It doesn't matter who's in love with Ophiuchus. It doesn't matter how sexy they are. If Ophiuchus is staying someplace because they're happy, that is wonderful. Good for them. That's just where they want to be. The only thing is there any question mark about that? Because the goal of life is to choose happiness, to choose the sunshine, to choose the kinds of things in life that, we can grow in and that make us grow, instead of saying, well, I'm already here. This is my lot in life. So even though I've found something so much better and my heart calls for it, I can't have it because I already found this thing and this is my lot in life now. I would agree that that's bollocks, and I hope that Ophiuchus does not make themselves stay anywhere that is not giving them genuine happiness out of sheer, well, I have to be loyal to this, even if it sucks. And even if there's somebody that is in love with me and I'm in love with them and I could have so much happiness. Nope, I have to deny myself that because this is my lot in life. I have the misfortune of finding something else, getting deeply rooted and invested in it, and I'm never allowed to change. I think this just calls into question whether or not any of that is something for Ophiuchus to consider. It's not to tell Ophiuchus what to do. It's just Ophiuchus deserves to have happiness. That's all. That's really what this boils down to. And no matter how long we've been doing something, it doesn't mean we should continue even one day longer if it doesn't suit us anymore. And if there's other happiness to be had, just because we've done this for a while doesn't mean that's our only lot in life. Doesn't mean that's the only page in our book we're going to write. So I like the support in that. I like the reminder that Ophiuchus has a right to make changes if they would like to, but there's no pressure. It's only if they want to. Let's ask, what's the universe's message for this individual, this king, or excuse me, this emperor? 7 of Swords. Well, there's a little element here of maybe are they pretending that they're not still hovering? Are they trying to act like I shouldn't offer anything to Ophiuchus? They'd be lying to themselves, is what it says, if they're saying I'm not offering anything when I think they really want to. Look, this is such a delicate storyline because it's like I almost feel like in this story, even though we haven't come right out and said it and we haven't really seen it exactly, but it's like Ophiuchus might already be in some, let's use the analogy instead of like love. Let's talk about it like it's say a job. Say this emperor has an amazing company and they patronize his business and Ophiuchus works there and they go, oh my God, that Ophiuchus is amazing. They would be such an asset. I would love to hire them. I would treat them so well. I'd give them a good 401k package. I admire them. I respect them. They would help my company, but more importantly, they deserve to be treated better. What the heck are they doing in this job that I know is like undervaluing them, underpaying them? But I can't make an offer because I'm not allowed to headhunt somebody in another business. And meanwhile, Ophiuchus is like, gosh, I love that person. That person comes in. I know their company is awesome. God, I wish they were my boss. But no, I have to stay loyal to this company that doesn't give me the paycheck, that is no 401k, that doesn't offer me benefits. But because I work here, I can't possibly pursue or think about changing and to go work for that other company. If we put it in that context, it makes a lot more sense. Why it's like, what are you talking about? This is your money, your benefits, your 401k. Of course, you bounce. You get the heck on out of there and you go after that job that really matches your skills, is going to treat you better. I mean, that seems an easy thing to say. Well, of course, Ophiuchus deserves to have that better job. And I could even say in business, lots of times people are not going to say, well, I can't headhunt you because you already work at this other company. No, they're probably going to be, anybody would want to hire Ophiuchus, and they might hand Ophiuchus a business card and say, you should come by because love to show you what my company could offer you. It almost seems like the universe is saying to them, if you never handed your business card to Ophiuchus, but you're hoovering around, you maybe should just be straightforward. You maybe should just go ahead and say what you need to say to Ophiuchus. Get it out in the open, get it out in the air, lay it out, because life is happening every day and we're kind of wasting daylight. Why not just tell Ophiuchus, use that life force energy, get that surge of energy and say, man, Ophiuchus, you and me, it looks like we could be pretty special. The card of oneness, it's I'm hearing the Bee Gees singing, you and I could be the one. It feels like that's what they need to just go ahead and sing a Bee Gees tune to Ophiuchus, is what the universe is saying to them. I can see that this is so delicate because a direct offer hasn't been made. There's a lot under the surface. There's a lot of even taboos around this. And I know I've explained it in kind of a simplistic manner about like, hey, if it were business, it would not be confusing. Of course, somebody would move forward. Like everybody's trying to move forward in life. But this might be about love. And then it gets a little different because it's like, well, but there's loyalty and you don't want to abandon something. But this says that it's toxic. So I would never be able to support a storyline where it's like, oh no, Ophiuchus has to stay. Why? Because they've been there a long time. Oh yeah, it's toxic, but they should have to stay. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be behind that story. I'm going to say, go, run, Ophiuchus, choose the better. Even if it's not to choose to be with somebody else or choose to go, with the emperor, just choose better than the devil. Don't stay stuck any place that is dissatisfying because of misplaced loyalty. That's all I would say. I don't give advice, but in this storyline, I do have to say I support positive change for a character. And if we hadn't seen the devil card, I wouldn't have such a strong opinion on this. I'd be like, well, I don't know, maybe it's working for Ophiuchus. On the other hand, don't throw away a great relationship that's got, longevity to it just because somebody new has a better offer. But we didn't see love here for Ophiuchus. We didn't see support. We didn't see something healthy. We didn't see something happy. We saw something toxic for this particular character. And so, of course, I'm going to hope that Ophiuchus gets to, feel okay about choosing something better for themselves. Let's get one last card just to say what might be the outcome here. The Hermit and the Moon. There's a lot to think about. This isn't a quick decision to make. That Emperor still may not make a tangible offer. This may stay kind of under the surface. They might feel all this but not say anything. Ophiuchus might be thinking a lot about this, but avoid the Emperor as well on purpose as they contemplate their roles, their responsibilities, their, weighing and measuring happiness versus loyalty versus, what's toxic versus do they have a right. I always think it's better for a character to make a choice that they can live with and make a choice for themselves, not say, well, I'm going to leave this person for the other that's better, but rather say, I'm leaving this situation or this person because it's right for me to leave it behind. Therefore, there is no guilt. I did it because I deserve to make a good choice for me. And then after that, if I choose to move towards somebody else, I'm a free and sovereign person. I have every right, but I didn't, monkey branch or yo-yo from one person to the other. I wasn't trading up. I was making the right choice for me. And I just think that this is great that we have, with this fragile and complex situation, of course, it warrants deep thought and turning things over in one's mind and getting into the deeper reasons. Do I really want to leave where I'm at? Why am I staying where I'm at? If I'm not leaving, what do I need to do? And when am I ready to make those changes, if I'm going to at all? Really, Ophiuchus has to consider themselves, their choices, their motives. And it's really quite lovely that this Ophiuchus is so, the Hermit takes full responsibility. The Hermit does their own work. They make sure that they, at the end of the day, we're all responsible for, why we do the things that we do, not because somebody else said it was a good idea or a bad idea, but what did we do and why did we do it? We're the ones who have to answer for that. So making sure that Ophiuchus knows what they want to do and why. It seems like a very responsible person in this storyline. They're not going to make any swift changes. There's just a lot to think about here. But that's very admirable. Whether Ophiuchus stays or goes, they'll know why they're doing what they do. That's actually a really awesome character. I don't know what they're going to choose, but I just hope that they always choose what's best for them. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Really nice to see you. Nancy Drew, how are you, sweetheart? Great to catch you. Hi, Karen. Arkea, thank you for being here. Please forgive me if I mispronounced your name. You're so awesome. Thanks for being here. All right, you guys, take care. I will see you again soon. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing, Ophiuchus. Bye for now.